Hello.
We're back, baby.
We're so
There we
back.
go.
This is Off the
We're-
Rails. I'm Aisha Praught-Leer with Eric Jenkins. And we're back. I have to say, I'm really shocked that people like this podcast.
I know you were really shocked.
I was really shocked. First of all, I didn't think anyone was going to listen. And then I was really shocked that people liked it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess everyone else is just like as strange as we are.
People, no, I love how, yeah, you were Mac and Chris were texting us and they're like, hey, people like it. And you were like, what? And I was like, Aisha, like, what, you thought we were just gonna put out like a absolutely horror. You're like, this is gonna suck, but I guess I'll do it.
I just thought like niche, like I don't know, niche weirdos would be into it. Like I didn't know which like I include myself in like the niche weirdos, but I didn't know that like there were more than about 10 of us.
I mean, everyone's a niche weirdo when it really gets down to it.
True.
People want to listen to the weird shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Um, let's hear a quick recap of how your week went. What were you up to?
What was I up to? I was like, how did our week go? Well, we America entered another war, Aisha, if you haven't.
Oh my God.
Like, we're bombing Iran.
So
That's
it's
how
not great.
the how'd the week go? We're in another war, Aisha. Not great. Um, no, it was good week. Summer's here in New England. Summer's here in New England. I know we're at war,
We're
but
at war, but here in New England, we're feeling good.
I'm like, yes, we are in multiple wars, but the sun's out here and people are in a good mood besides the war. Um, but no, how's your week?
Um, Pretty good besides the wars. Um,
Yeah.
two big personal achievements of the week. So I don't know if I told you about this, but I joined an adult choir.
I've seen your Instagram and it's exciting to say the least. Everyone's fired up for your choir.
So I really love singing, but I'm terrible. Like not even I'm not like downplaying it. Like I'm like ass at singing. But I love doing it. And everybody in my training group would just like smile and shake their heads because I love singing. I would sing all the time, but it just never sounded good. And it wasn't one of those things where like, oh yeah, I'm not great. Like I would hear a playback of my singing and think like, how could anyone ever love me? Like I'm that bad at singing. And but I wanted to get better, so joined the choir with my husband and two of our other friends. One being for the running fans out there, Kate Grace. And we embarked on a 7-week crash course of non-tryout choirs. And we had a performance on Thursday and we killed it. It
Even
was so
you?
great. Even me, I had to practice a lot. Like I'm not, I had to do like after hours practice by myself all week, like preparing each week to sing. And then Kate, our concert was Thursday. Kate came over Wednesday with her son, and we ran through all the songs a few times. Like, this is what happens. Like, and I'm retired from running, and I don't like. Where am I gonna get like the feeling of fear? Uh, so I'm just gonna have to join an adult choir and face my fears, and it ended up great.
Wait, was this what prompted you to join this?
I heard about this from like a friend of a friend. This all started at the Super Bowl. Let me just back up. This all started at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, back
And
up.
we're sitting around having some chips and guac, thinking like, man, we're adults now. What can we do with our lives? And we were just talking about how great it would be to sing in a choir. And I thought there's no way I could ever join a choir because I couldn't try out. I wouldn't make it through. I would if there were cuts, I would be out immediately. And we thought, oh, what a pipe dream. It would be so fun to like all sing together. And then 6 months later, I hear about this no tryouts choir and I send the link to everyone. And I was like, guys, we gotta do it. And we did it.
Oh wow. So wait, you tried out
I did
like you
not,
had
no,
to,
no,
oh,
no
there's no
tryouts,
tryouts.
no
Okay.
tryouts. Or else I would not have made it through. I wouldn't have made it through. I would have made it through. When we were practicing, like, so Will's in the choir too. And so he would practice and he grew up in a theater. His mom owned a theater, ran a theater. Like he can play like any instrument that he picks up. It's really annoying. And he's great at singing. He's like picking it up, no problem. I'm practicing and just the look of like, oof, yikes, that I would get from him, it was embarrassing. And so I would practice with my headphones on. And then he, unbeknownst to me, would film me singing from the other room, and then I would hear the playback and think like, oh, gotta keep my nose to the grindstone here. This is not good. But we made it through. We made it
So
through.
are you getting like vocal lessons and
So
what are you doing to improve your game?
you practice once a week. The practice is 90 minutes, almost 2 hours long. You self-select into parts. I'm an alto. Um, I wish I could be like the hot chicks that are the Sopranos. The Sopranos are always like the popular girls in school. Not me. I'm an alto. I don't get to sing the exciting parts. I just have to sing the freaking harmony over there like a loser, which is just hard to do. And then there's an app where they loaded all of our songs, and our songs are like pop rock songs. So like Lumineers, Ho Hey, Kiss Me, Sixpence None the Richer, like that kind of vibe. And there was this app where they loaded all the songs and they loaded like the different parts. So you could like sing along and practice. And you could like loop different parts of the songs that you needed help with. And so I did all of that and I practiced so hard. Like the look of shame that you're even giving me, I
Oh
understand.
no, it's not shame at all. I think it's genuinely adorable. And obviously at some point, this podcast is gonna need to hear you sing a song. I'm not gonna you don't need to do it today. I would never put you on the spot like that. But naturally, when you tell me that you've joined the choir, you're gonna need to sing a song at some point. But no,
I
I
love
think it's awesome. I think
karaoke.
it's really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. So the lesson of the week is like, I don't know, it's kind of fun to do new things that
This
are.
reminds me, so I also at one point almost had in the fourth grade production for the play was Oliver Twist. Now,
Oh.
I wanted to be Oliver so bad. And I tried out. And I really I I I go, I thought it was honestly my part to lose. I was like, okay, I think I'm the front runner in this. It's gonna be like everybody knows that this like I've worked for this. This is my part. And I got under I was the music teacher called me aside and she was like, you're gonna be the understudy or whatever the backup is. You're the backup
Steady. Yeah. Oh.
to another kid. And I was like devastated. And I was like, you've ruined this play. You'll realize this. And obviously she's like, we're gonna need and I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm like, you're a fucking bitch, and I'm going
What was the
and
teacher's name? Do you remember?
the kid who got it,
Well, the kid who got it and the teacher's name.
the teacher's name was Miss Tietzi,
Okay.
and the kid who got its name is Zach Mayu.
What's
Fucking
he up to?
asshole.
That's when you know.
He
Like
deserved it though.
that's what
It was
no, but
better.
that's when you know that it's like a big deal to you. Like if this was in fourth grade and you remember everyone's name, like you can recall the feelings immediately. It's like if you can just their name comes out of your mouth so easily, like you know that is a traumatic moment of your youth.
No, it honestly was like I genuinely this was like an absolutely huge failure for me.
Oh my God.
Where I was like, I really want this, and I'm gonna try as hard as I can to get it. And my
Oh.
and I fucking blew it.
Did you blow it? Like, was there a moment in your tryout where you knew you blew it, or it was
No,
like that she blew it? Miss
not at
what's
all. She blew it. I genuinely
yeah.
thought I had a really good, great tryouts. Was singing my little heart out,
Oh
and
my God, that's so cute. Poor little Eric.
and no, and I but it absolutely was traumatic. It should have been me, and I would have become a star.
You would have become a star. But you did become a star. Maybe this was like part of your origin story as like the hero that you became.
Yeah, I became an absolute hero because Miss Tietze robbed me of of the lead in the fourth grade production of Oliver
Yeah.
Twist.
Yeah, keeps you humble. Um, Sort of adjacent. I really think that we should license Ricky Roxford's music for our intro song.
We should make no, we should wait, like I make a new song.
Or we could like select one of your old songs.
Well, we can't select on my old songs. We have to make a new song about all my old songs are like ridiculous and crazy.
They're great. So for our listeners, can I talk about this?
Oh, I think I think people it's out there.
Okay. So, dear listener, Eric Jenkins has a career as an MC under the pseudonym stage name, perhaps Ricky Roxford. Like he's legit. When I discovered this, it blew my mind. I was like, "Whoa!" It changed everything that I thought about you. Like you're a little quiet at first introduction, probably. I saw Ricky Roxford. I was like, whoa, like this guy's got something. It's so
Oh,
good.
this guy could have been Oliver Twist.
This guy should have been Oliver Twist.
No, I still get it's funny like the Ricky Roxford stuff was like high school and like my the I recorded that like Ricky Roxford video like the literally the very first day of college like getting to Boston at Northeastern and I my coach I like I don't know what I'm 18 years old, you're not thinking about anything. And I was like, oh, it's cool. Like no, my coach won't ever find out about this. And like 3 weeks after it, or even sooner, um, my coach called me into his office and he was like, "What the fuck? What's going on, man?" And also in original the original video, um, the original video was in the video. I'm smoking weed like throughout the video, and so
Like, I'm just pulling it up on, yeah, let's get you chopped. I'm just pulling it up because I want to watch it after this. 16,000 views.
sick. That's it.
That's a lot.
That like 15 years to marinate and get more views.
I'm probably like a good 25 of these.
No, but it was so funny. Yeah, and like and one of my best friends from home, like lived in Boston, was the one who like shot the video. And my coach was like, "Dude, do you like what is wrong with you? Like you're out here like recording videos, smoking weed. Like this is out of control."
But
And
it's so good. Like I'm watching like the thumbnail preview of it. It's such a good video. Like young Eric, you're just so cute. It's like it's legit good. Like the production value for 14 years ago is like pretty incredible.
I literally cannot listen to it.
Why?
And I just can't do it. Um, and whenever like Craig Engels would always do this thing and he thought it was like hilarious where he would like play it at like if we were like hanging out and like we were like there's like lots of people around, he would like play it and I would be like, Craig, I swear to God, if I don't like doing this, please. And it really pissed me off. But no, it was yeah. But for we absolute well now that you're a singer in a choir, we should just we'll both record a song.
What I'm picturing is like like Airplanes by B.O.B. and is it Haley Williams?
Yeah.
Like I'm singing and you're dropping bars.
I love how it's specific, like very specific. You're like I want Airplanes by B.O.B. You're like I'll record a song and I want it to sound like Airplanes by B.O.B.
Also, like I could never sing that well. Like my vocal range is about 3 notes. They're very low. So I should probably have a different role model, but that's what I'm picturing.
Wait, so how's Will in this choir?
He's good. He's a baritone. I didn't mention that we were definitely the youngest people also in the choir. Maybe there's a few people around-ish our age, but most folks are retirees. Will is like the most popular guy in the choir. Like he's hyping the boys so hard. Yeah, like the baritones, he calls them the toners. The toners, they're like dapping each other up every day. Like there were solos. It was incredible. Will did try to try out for a solo, but it he got distracted. It didn't go so great. That was his only lapse in his perfection. But he's like pretty musical, so he was good.
He wait, so he tried out for the solo and didn't get it.
He did good. He got
Brutal.
all
I bet
twisted.
you're
Yeah.
it's hell, man. No, that's and I see you're going through a cycling phase.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was my other breakthrough. Finally got on a bike. It's been a dream of mine. The other sport that I follow very closely is cycling, like professional cycling. So I finally got on the bike and now I can stop like in my head saying like, "Oh, come on, like why didn't you go?" because it's really really hard actually. Um so I cycled 30 something miles yesterday. Just went out to a coffee shop and back with a friend. I clipped in for the first time, didn't fall over. It was great. I got a cycling lesson from Sean Jefferson, for all of the running fans out there of the first ever sub 4 minute mile twins. One part is Sean Jefferson. He gave me a lesson around his neighborhood, taught me like there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, kind of like when you're running, like different etiquette. So he taught me like all the cycling etiquette. I got out there. I had a great time. The effort was low. We kept it to like a brisk walk effort. My butt/crotchal region is very sore and destroyed. And I don't know, like I have been told that you just need to do it 4 times in a row and like you're fine. But like how on earth am I going to get back on the bike? I don't know.
Well, don't they have padded like
I was
shorts
wearing
now?
them. I was
You're
wearing
wearing
them.
them
Mhm.
and you still got and your ass got destroyed. Well, the absolute
Like,
not a good name for the shorts.
no, I mean it like I don't think it was the shorts' problem. Like I think this is like a ubiquitous cycling thing. It's like
So you I no, I've had I've just stationary biked for, cross training when injured and stuff like that. Um and I've only been on there for, like an hour or two and my ass is getting destroyed. So I'm like, so you just need a you need a callus you need to callus the taint.
the taintal region.
Yeah, but what if you don't want to have a callus taint?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Like yeah.
I want it to
I
be soft.
I need to like phone a friend and be like, exactly, like what is going on? And what's the solve? And like what should I expect? Like that's the I was really prepared for the whole thing. Like I learned the etiquette. I had all the gear, did all the stuff. I knew where I was going. I looked at the map. My friend and I rode out for coffee. Like we did the whole thing. Never was I told that you're not going to want to sit in a chair for the next 12 hours. You're just going to want to lay horizontally because it feels like you got kicked by a donkey.
They're like, oh yeah, just do that 4 more times, and then you'll have a tank that's hard as a rock, calloused up, fucking leather.
And everything will be great.
Like
What?
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to. Like
that.
I don't like cycling that much.
Yeah. Like I'm generally or genuinely concerned. Like what's gonna happen next? And I want to go back out because it was so fun. Like something I love about running is you're not on your phone, like you're just talking with your friends. You can do the same thing cycling, except you're seeing so much, you're covering so much ground. It's beautiful. You can like go hard or easy. Like it's like so variable compared to like going for a run. I guess running is similar in that way, but like you're seeing so much more. Love it. Love it. How on God's green earth am I going to get back in the saddle? Like I just don't know. I just don't
It
know.
seems like the running to cycling pipeline is very natural, and it's like people retire and immediately are like, naturally, I'm just gonna start picking up cycling.
Yeah, it's like the sorting hat of midlife crisis. Are
Yes,
we getting huge, Eric?
yes.
Are we getting into cycling? Are we joining adult choirs? Are we starting a podcast? And it seems like we're
Like I
covering
do all of them.
spaces.
Yeah. You're like that's that. You're like that's how intense my midlife crisis is. I'll throw. I'm gonna throw the kitchen sink at this bitch and hope that
Yeah.
one of it something works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll start talking about track in a second, but I'm gonna do a
Did
little.
anything happen? Like, did
Yo,
anything
yeah,
happen in the track and field
we have
world?
so much track to talk about, but I'm gonna plug our sponsor really quick.
Yeah, good
So
thinking.
yeah, it's probably good thinking, right? Like
I think it's
we've
great
talked
thinking.
enough about random stuff. We should probably get into it with Beekeeper Coffee. Beekeeper Coffee is bringing a new voice to coffee with its delicious cold brews made from premium Honduran beans. Oh, from the top. Mac, you're gonna have to cut this. Off the Rails is presented by Beekeeper Coffee. BP, fuck.
Mac's like, do it right.
Damn it!
Yeah.
The Emperor has oddly shaped feet. Beekeeper Coffee is bringing a new voice to coffee with its delicious cold brews made from premium Honduran beans and a drop of pure organic honey sourced from Tracktown, USA, Eugene, Oregon. They're available in 4 latte flavors: vanilla, mocha, caramel, and horchata, as well as
Hell
black
of 'em.
cold brew, baby! Follow them at Beekeeper Coffee. Get 25% off of your online orders at beekeepercoffee.com or on Amazon using code CITIUS25.
Get the fucking coffee, people.
Get the coffee. Get the coffee.
25% off?
We're giving it away for free, basically.
Jesus. I actually really like it. And
I
that's not,
really,
yeah.
yeah. We're not just like plugging something that's not good.
I
Like,
didn't know until right now that they're from Eugene.
well, at the I knew it was Oregon honey, but this is the perfect thing. Like, if I was competing at USA's, I would start drinking these. I would get the honey on board. I'm getting the antibodies of the local wildflower honey bees. I'm preparing my allergies, my antihistamine response. I don't know. I think I'm making stuff up, but that's what I would do.
Speaking of USA's, are you going to be there?
Yeah, I think so.
Now that LA's canceled, you can swing it,
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm gonna
possibly.
come regardless. I'm just debating whether I take that Friday off. We'll
Uh,
see. We'll
when
see.
is USA's like a Thursday to Sunday or something?
Thursday to Sunday. Yeah.
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 Um, well, let's see what the hell happened in the track and field world this
Oh
week.
my gosh. Okay. I was just dying all week for sports and the sports I care about, track, cycling, whatever. Um, Paris Diamond League was off the chain. Did you watch?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Um, and we also had NCAAs, which I think the world of track and field that we're in right now is just like a fairy tale superhero status. Like it's every race is so exciting. People are running so fast. And there were just like so many banger performances at the Paris Diamond League. The women's steeple was awesome. I'm like, you're starting to see the storylines that will happen at USA's. And I think, I mean, for like the last over a decade, the women's steeple in America has been dominated by Emma Coburn, which has been such an unlock, I think, in that event for American women, just to like see that you can compete on the absolute highest level in sport, but she's dominated the event. And no, I mean, Courtney Frerichs has come up, uh, Courtney Wayman. There's been other women, but it hasn't been a complete toss-up of who's going to win USA championships, I think, until this year. And there are a bunch of young women that are running so fast. Uh, Gabby Jennings was just fourth at the Paris Diamond League. Courtney Wayman was right behind her. They both ran 9:08. Angelina Napoleon from NC State started the year at a 9:56 PB and just ran 9:10 in the Paris Diamond League. She's a sophomore. It's
Jeez.
insane. NCAAs was just won in 8:58
I
by
saw that.
I mean it's bananas. Like there are like running sub 9:10 used to be like stratospheric, and now it seems like that's normal and expected to be in the conversation, which it's just so cool. It's so the evolution of that event is so cool.
Was Gabby fourth in the at trials last year?
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
just like who do you is Emma healthy right now and has she hasn't raced yet.
She hasn't raced yet. I think she's making her way back.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, definitely trying to make her way back. It's such a grueling event,
Oh
and
yeah.
what it requires from your body is it's really different. And that's, I mean, for me, why I ultimately finished my career running flat events, because when I started, you know, hitting the 30s, things just didn't heal the same way. You know, you're not recovering in the same way. And like asking your body to run 80, 90 miles a week and hurdle a shit ton and launch your body off of, you know, immovable objects and smash around. It was just like I could feel my naviculars holding on for dear life. So it is, I mean, she's had an incredible run in the steeple, but it is, I think, one of those like cruel and grueling events that like if you get hurt in your steepler, like it takes a long time to come back. And I know she's been really working hard at it.
Oh yeah. I mean, she has been so dominant in that event for so long, and running's hard enough on your body. It's like unbelievably tough on the body for the flat events, let alone all the stuff that goes into the steeple. So I can even just for her to be still doing that event for as long as she's been doing it. I mean, she was like winning USA's when she was in Colorado, right? Like she's been
Yeah,
doing it at such a high level for a very long time. So I'm excited to see. Um, but Father Time, man, he'll get you at some point, right? So
son of a
it's like
bitch. Just
son of a
kidding.
bitch. Father Time put as soon as you turn 30 and you're like steepling, you're like, I think I'm probably gonna join a choir soon. This isn't my naviculars feel bad, really bad. But yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be awesome to see Gabby like make a
yeah,
team this
yeah.
year.
I want to see her make a team. And she's like she's also a great flat runner. She just ran 4:04 at Sound Running and, you know, kicking down with world finalists in the 1500, which is cool to see.
I mean, it's the steeple's an event where it's like you need to be great at the flat events, and if you want to have any shot at making these, you saw year after year with Jager, um, Evan Jager in the men's side of the events, he was unbelievably elite at the 15 and the 5.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got to be, that's just the state of track and field, especially in the US. You have to be good if you want to make the 5, you got to be able to be a good 10K and 15 guy. And if you want to make the 15, you got to be able to also run a fast 8 and a fast 5. You've got to be incredibly well-rounded and versatile if you want to, actually be competing with these athletes. It's fantastic to see. I mean, you saw Graham Blanks and Nico Young dueling it out again in the 5K in Paris.
I have to like slap myself in the face because I did not see this coming from Grand Blanks. Like I don't know why I underestimated him. I think it's so difficult to come out of the NCAA and be world class immediately. And the kid just has so much personality. Like he seems like kind of goofy, he's just like riding around Boston on his bike. He's probably figured out the saddle situation. Maybe I should ask him what's going on. But just comes out of college, just seems like so nonchalant. And the guy just is third in a diamond league running 12:49. Like I did not like this is the surprise of the year for me. Like Graham Blanks is the surprise of the year for me. Like I did not expect this from him. It's
To
incredible.
go to go sub 1250 2 weeks in a row. I mean, that's incredibly hard. And the way that they ran the 5K in Paris, I think they were through, and I'm pretty sure Blanks was right on that train, but they were through 3K in 7:36, right?
Yeah,
Just like
7:36. Yeah.
absolutely brutal. Um, Not the way, like, unbelievably fast. And you see, and I think that's like Nico paid, the price for that a bit in the later stages of the race. Same with, Yomif Kajelka, who ended up winning it. But I mean, Graham
Your boy
Blanks is
Yomi.
crazy, crazy fit right now. I don't, he's putting his, like, he's for sure going to be, um, one of those guys that's expected to make the team at this point. Especially like we haven't seen the usual contenders, guys like Woody Kincaid. We haven't seen him, quite in the form he's been in the past years. Abdi Nur, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
so it's a bit more wide open for guys like Graham Blanks. I don't know necessarily in a fast race, you absolutely would have it. But
yeah.
like USA is it's a straight final too. So it's like these guys are gonna be fresh. It won't be a 12-4. It's not gonna be a sub 13 race. It's gonna be 13:50 and who so it's if you're Graham Blanks, you're like maybe we'll see how he decides to run that race. But you like full head of steam coming off of Paris. Really excited. But also like Nico, Grant Fisher is watching this little 2 week stint that these guys had in Europe, and like, all right, man, like the competition for USA is really steep now, and it was steep, and um, it you have to be at 100% to win, but you see Nico run 12:45 or whatever, and Graham run
Twice.
12:48, and it's like, okay, I really have to take these guys seriously, or I'm not going home as the winner. So yeah,
The
that
game.
event was incredibly exciting.
Okay. Two more races I want to talk about. I want to talk about the men's 15. This is bananas. Like the slowest time. Do you know like how deep this field was? Do you know what the slowest time was at the
Was it
in
3:32?
32?
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
was like,
or
that's
14.
um unbelievable. Azadin Habs winning that. I mean, it's one of those things like when you're an athlete and you like have these like scenarios you dream up in your head, and it's like, okay, like he breaks the French national record 327 in front of a French crowd in Paris. Um,
Mhm. It doesn't get
like
better.
doesn't get better. I like literally the only like you're the only other perfect you're like ideally you're like okay the only way it gets better if it's in like a world championships or
Right.
Olympics, but like it's genuinely like it couldn't get better. And he did it like the hard way. He was like in the front pushing it. Um, I mean from the hard way to do it. 327 like I didn't really see this coming out of like I mean this is a guy who's getting like sixth at the Milrose Mile. Like
Yeah. It is so crazy to see this, like these races, the last two Diamond Leagues, like in the absence of Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Like I think some of the talk was like, oh yeah, the 1500 is going to be slow this year. Like, nope, not at all. Like it's gone nuts. People are running
yeah.
so fast.
George Mills ran like 328 like I think 328, right? No, it
Yeah.
was the Paris track
Yeah.
fast. That
So
wasn't the same stadium. That wasn't the Olympic stadium,
this
was it?
is
No.
no, this was Charlotte, I believe. Different stadium. Uh the other like what makes this really interesting, like the 800 again was really fast, and we saw I think one of the guys, I'm like blanking on who was talking about this, that like uh maybe it was Tual was talking about how the 800-meter world record could fall in the next month or two, which would be crazy. But again, like the men's eight has stepped up to like a stratospheric level. Josh Hoey and Bryce Hoppel ran well for second and third. Mohamed Adatui from Spain took the win on the inside, which was thrilling. The track is fast and Paris is fast. Is Faith Kipyegon going to run sub 4 in the mile this
So
week?
is that the track she's gonna do it at?
I'm confused. Um, let's look this up.
So now the Kipyegon stuff like this is in I'm not entirely like the rules of the Kipyegon breaking four. Now, is it going to be kind of like the Kipchoge breaking two, where is she going to be? What's the pacing situation? Is she going to be in a flying V formation? Like, are they going to, or is it just regular pacers? Clicking off 59s.
Yeah.
Talk me through it.
So just looked it up. It is at Stade Charlotte in Paris, so the same track that the Diamond League was just run on. I'm curious if they resurfaced it. That's a question for the track hens. Please let us know if they resurfaced the track. What's come out so far is that Nike has redesigned this super aerodynamic suit for her to wear with like a 3D printed bra, which looks so, I mean, there's so many studies showing that like research on sports bras needs to be done. And that's like that can be like a whole area that can improve performance. So she's wearing just like the most top of the line R&D heavy outfit, including like sleeves that have sort of like a new arrow design. And you will be wearing a custom pair of spikes that isn't world record eligible because it hasn't gone through the approval process of World Athletics shoes. If you're a newer track fan, um, there has been an advent of super spikes, which is kind of like this swimming shark suits, like back in whatever year that were highly controversial. But the way that it's made fair is basically a shoe brand sends a prototype shoe to World Athletics, which is our global governing body. They perform tests on it. They can kind of like cut it in half, look at the structures. You're only supposed to have a certain amount of rigid structures versus soft structures versus how thick the sole is, whatever. Like all these geometries are inspected and approved. It's a cumbersome process. It takes some time. The process isn't done yet for her to wear these spikes, a tip for them to be world record eligible, but like they eventually will be and whatever. So she's just wearing the best of the best head to toe. And then we've heard rumors about pacing. We're not exactly sure what that's going to look like. But so she's run 4:07 for the mile. And seeing what we've seen in the last month, I think she can absolutely do it. Like seeing how fast people are running right now, I think she can do it.
You do.
I do. I do. Um, and I don't think there would be as much hype if she wasn't close. If there weren't like signals in training that she is close. Kind of like, I don't know, if Kipchoge was only, gonna run good for a 2:06, like they wouldn't have hyped it as much as they did. So like I do think that if it's possible, if anyone can do it, she can do it. And I don't know, we're seeing some crazy stuff happening right now. Like there's so many new technological advances. There's all of the bicarb stuff, like all of these things happening in the world that are pointing to like, okay, well, if a high school girl can run 4:23 for the mile, Faith can break four.
I
I don't
do
know.
think like she is the if there is anybody to do it, it's her. Um, and if she does do it, I think it'd be so much bigger than Kipchoge's breaking two. Um, 7 seconds. She's got 7 seconds is a lot of
A
time
lot.
in a mile.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's like they're really asking a lot of her. And like you're like you can bring out all the 3D printed no bounce bras.
You can strap those things down so
You can
hard.
look. You bring out any bra in the world. They were like they're like, hey Faith, we're gonna have you break four, and they're like, we've got this new bra, and they're like, and Faith's like, my tits are not what's preventing me from going sub four, but he's like, what the hell are you guys talking about? I need to get fitter. She's like, worry about my legs.
It
She's
matters.
like, worry
There
about my
is,
legs, not my tits, guys. She's like, classic men.
there was a recent study that was like
No, I know, yeah.
they're like correlating like boob bounce to like knee stiffness and like your
Ah,
like knee injuries and like if you're bouncing too much, like your knees are like something there's like a signal that your like knees are too lax, which can like open you up to injuries. So I don't know. I'm thinking like efficiency. You gotta strap those bad boys down.
strap them down. I think it's like, well, because they brought out with Kipchoge, the they had everything down to such an unbelievable science with the pacing, right? There was like a flying V formation to break as much wind as possible. They had the pace car there with the light on the road showing where every pacer needed to be.
Did you pace?
No, I didn't. I would have it's funny because they literally got it was just like a dream team of Pacers. Um, and they did such a good job with that. Like you look at it'd be like, oh, the Ingebrigtsen brothers are one group, and then you sub out and it's Legat
Laga.
and Centro. Yeah, I'm like, God, I'd kill to be there, man. I just get in there and fuck the entire thing up.
They're like, actually, he was the understudy for Oliver Twist. Like, I don't think he's ready for this pressure.
They're like, let's get Zach Mayo in here. He'd know how to pace it. Um, but with Faith, are they gonna? Is it a regular? It's they're not doing a flying V thing. They're not.
I don't
It's
know.
just gonna be a regular pace job.
I don't know. I
I wonder
really don't.
what she's asking. Are they gonna be? Is it? You think she's gonna go out in too flat and try and close, or do you think? I would assume that you want a little money in the bank. You want to go through in like 159 and try and hold on.
She ran a K in one of the early Chinese Diamond Leagues. And I think did she run 3:29 or 3:30 or something?
I
I'm
think
sorry,
she's,
229.
yeah,
229. I'm curious. Yeah, I would think that maybe she would want to come through a K in like 229.
yeah,
Because I don't know. I wouldn't think that she would want to go out too fast.
no,
Like you're asking that's a big PB. I would think that it would be like very close to like setting up for negative split. But
yeah.
I'm not
So like
sure.
as close to
Mhm.
getting to 1200 at three flat, or as close
Yeah,
as you can get to
yeah,
that and kick.
yeah.
I wonder how far the Pacers will take her, if they'll take her, 1200, 14. I wonder what I bet they'll take her like 1400.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
let's
that
take her,
makes sense.
let's take her as far as possible, then step away for that final straightaway.
And I assume that the pacemakers will be a mix of men and women.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think um for sure it will be. That's a big pacemaking job.
It's very big.
A lot of that's a lot of pressure. You don't because I did you see they've made a whole TV show on. Do you see the Amazon? There's an Amazon show.
Is it live?
It's
Have you
live.
watched it? Oh,
I
I haven't
haven't.
watched it yet.
I've
Oh,
started it. I
I did.
haven't finished. I haven't
Okay.
finished it. I've started it though. But it's like, yeah, they've really sunk a lot into it, and I wonder what, because it's like, okay, obviously they're getting, um, really seasoned pros and who are going to be the ones pacing it. But I wonder if they've done like, some pacing classes where it's like, hey, we want you doing this. We want you. Um,
Here's the
we
pace
want,
lights. If you go one step too fast, there's actually someone with a bow and arrow who's just going to take you out.
and
Like you
then
don't get a second chance.
And the Pacers are like, any chance I can get my hands on one of those bras? I'm getting a little bit of bounce over here, a little jiggle. I wouldn't mind. You mind hopping on the printer for one more? Print print two copies. But and so this is like Nike unveiling their new spikes. They
Seems
they
so.
know how to do a spike drop.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
They're
I mean,
like, this is all for
they're
a spike drop.
machine. Like it is just incredible. Like this is, yeah.
The
There's no better situation than like, oh, Faith Kipyegon versus the sub 4 mile. Like, okay, yeah, whatever the spikes are, like I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need them for whatever stupid feat and bout we're gonna try to do, like in the next year, like whatever it is, I need them.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure Chris is cooking up some dumbass thing for me to do. Come back to the relay, the marathon relay challenge. And he's like, "Oh, you should try it and break four there." I'm like, "I've put on 70 pounds." He's like, "I don't give a shit, man. Do it or you're off the team."
Or off the team.
No, so what day
It's
when's the date she's
26.
doing that? The 26th?
Mhm.
Is it just that event?
It's just this, yeah.
I wonder if they've I'm sure
Yeah, it's like
Parisians will love that, sold out. Yeah.
it's Meg the Stallion. She's opening, then Faith, then Sapphire.
Meg Thee Stallion is literally fucking chucking that ass in circles, nothing but bounce. The the Nike team's like, how are her knees, man? Those
She's
things,
got great feet.
there's got
She's
to be
got great.
those knees. They're like
Those
the
are
Nike team's
lasting
looking at
feet.
them and they're like, God, we could do so much 3D. We need to 3D print a lot to cover that thing. We don't have enough fabric in the world, man. But no, that's gonna be a really fun event. I'm excited to see. And if she does, I think it's gonna be really close. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. What's your take? Do you think it's possible?
you can't say it's not possible. I think it will be absolutely done one day. Do I think like Faith's going to be able to do it, you know, in a couple weeks. I mean, 7 seconds is just so much time in a mile where it's already, even to get to 407 is unbelievable. Like it's just such a big ask to shave another 7 seconds off that. And I mean, the spikes are already unbelievable. Like I don't understand how they're gonna like what can you do to a spike? What more can they do, man? Like they're just like, oh, fucking put on more foam and more carbon plates.
It's
I
like
genuinely
rubber
just don't
is inside
know
of it.
what. So I think like, I mean, honestly, like 403 would be insane.
Yeah.
402 would be fucking nuts. I just think like she's got 7 seconds in a mile is like 10 minutes in a marathon. Like I don't know what the conversion is, but it's just so much time. I think um I if I were a betting man, do I think she would do it? I would probably bet no. But I'd love to be proven wrong. And I think um if there like we said, if there's anyone who's got a shot at it, it's Faith. But I just think she's certainly got her work cut out for her.
What's cool is that she can't lose, right? Like even
Oh
if she doesn't
yeah.
do it, it's like she has already gone where no woman has gone before. Like she's in such rarefied air that like all of this is a win. Like to even be able to dare to do it is such a win that it's like it's just going to be such a celebration of excellence that whether she does or she doesn't, that's like it's almost not the point.
Yeah, no, it's like she is in a win-win situation. It's just such good it's just such good publicity for the sport. Like you got an Amazon TV show, the first woman to potentially break 4 minutes in the mile. I mean, would is just absolutely insane. So I'm absolutely excited to watch. It'll be a fun one.
Um, in other track news, I don't know if you're on Jamaican Twitter, but how much have you heard about all of these Jamaican athletes supposedly going to compete for Turkey? Are
So
you
I did see that headline. I saw so it is it the big Jamaican sprint stars?
It's the two throw stars. Like it's the it's like 3 to 4 extreme names. Roger Stona. Let's look here. Here's what's tricky. I was looking back through the rules. I don't think I'm curious if this is a like a bit of a stunt that honestly I don't blame. Um, what was basically put out there was that like some high profile Jamaican athletes are going to compete for Turkey. And the Turkish like Olympic bonuses uh came out that they were like massive, like 500K signing bonus, like signing bonus as if this is like the NFL or something. A sign like 500K signing bonus to compete for Turkey. Plus, if you win an Olympic medal, um, you get like, I don't know, another like 350,000 US dollars. There's like all of these incentives. And it's crazy. Okay, so it's Rajinder Campbell, Roger Stona, and then Jaden Hibbert all uh saying this, and maybe Wayne Pinnock as well. Yeah. So all of these like extremely high profile Jamaican athletes, like Olympic medalists, are like all of a sudden we're gonna compete for Turkey. Huge deal. So many memes just like went crazy on Jamaican Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. It was incredible. But the issue is this can't like World Athletics has a rule that like you can't really do this. Like essentially there is a like safeguarding principle now that's like we don't want nations like basically buying athletes to compete for their countries. Like this is not the purpose of like changing allegiance to a different country. It's like intended for you moved to the country, you represent the country, you are a descendant of that country, like you compete for that country. Not like the rules are kind of in place to say, like, hey, we don't want nations taking advantage of athletes. But what is interesting about this is it sends a huge message to the Jamaican Federation, which, like, we talked about this at the Olympics. Like, Danielle Thomas Dodd came out publicly and said, we're not getting the support we need. Field eventers, these are all field eventers, have not been able to have their coaches at like at the Olympics. Like they're out there doing these technical events. They don't have anybody like saying like technically coaching them, which is you need for performance. And so these athletes are like, you know what, actually, we're gonna compete for Turkey. So things are like totally going bananas. The Jamaican Federation president is like, no, this isn't happening. Like they can't do this. Then everyone is like completely up in arms. I don't know, like, am I Turkish now? Like, I don't know what's happening. All Jamaican athletes are like, maybe we're all Turkish. Like, this is crazy. It's so crazy. And I wonder if it's like almost like a coup of like this we need something to change and we're just gonna very publicly do something that like will inspire change or like what is happening. But it's been a very crazy week.
So did they? I mean, such a bizarre move. Like, did they approach Turkey or did Turkey approach them and say, "Look, like they aren't treating you right.
Yeah. Baby, I can do it better.
Yeah, come to daddy. I'll let your coach come." Like, it's such a bizarre um situation. And like, yeah, you're like, how would that even work? Because you've seen like when you've seen athletes who don't have a shot at, let's say, making like a US team. And it's like, oh, I want to go experience the Olympics. And so I can get citizenship in another country where it's easier to make the team, but it's like, it's still tough to kind of get that citizenship usually. So it's just like, it doesn't make sense to me that like a random, also like what Turkey's like, we would love some Jamaican throwers.
Yeah, the Turkish guys are like sitting around, like drinking tea. They're like, we need some Jamaican field eventers. Like that's exactly what we need. But
They
yeah,
were
like
like, let's get this. They're like, let's get the sprinters. They're like, nah, let's get the throwers.
yeah, like nah, actually the sprinters didn't really win that many medals in Paris. Like, let's get the throwers.
Let's get the thrower. They're like, yes, man, let's get the throwers. The sprinters suck.
And they're like, ring ring, hi, it's Turkey. We have a shitload of money and we want to give it to you. Please come compete for our country.
Well, but I wonder if Turkey was like, oh, this is like, we understand that the Jamaican Federation isn't really doing all that they could for these world class athletes. This is a good position for us to potentially come in and get some talent. I wonder if like they must have known that this was an opportunity for them to come in and possibly get it. Otherwise, because it's just so. Otherwise, it just lines up too perfectly. They must have really
Yeah,
known that this
gone
was
the
coming.
intel.
And but didn't you say that there was a Jamaican press release that
Yes. So there was a press release by Garth Gill, the president of the federation, saying like, this is not true because the rule is if you have competed for your country and you want to compete for a different country, you have to sit out for like 2 or 3 years unless your country releases you. It's kind of like the transfer portal. And so Garth Gale came out with his press release saying, like, we haven't been contacted, like, and we haven't released any of these athletes. So, like, this isn't true. Um, just a really interesting move. So yeah, it would potentially they would have to sit out for a few years, but like that seems kind of antithetical to the whole thing. Like I understand, like I've done 9 national teams. Like I understand the situation. I understand the situation isn't ideal. It's not, the federation does the best they can, but it's
Here we
not
go. Air it out, girl.
not the same, like it's just a much different experience. First of all, there isn't as much money. Like if you're going to compare it to USATF,
Yeah.
when I would hear a bunch of athletes like complaining about things happening at USATF, I would think like, okay, I understand the system's not perfect. I understand there are places where it can improve, but like there's an entire staff, like there's an entire like headquarters of people that work there. Like that is not the case in Jamaica. It's like maybe like a few full-time employees, but like not many. And not like there just isn't the funding, there isn't the organization, there isn't like the like strategic plan and support that like other nations get. And like they need to improve. Like the world of track and field, as we've discussed a million times, like we are in a new era, and like the federations need to step up. Like track and field is at a highly technical performance level. It's not just like talent alone, and good coaching can get you where you need to be. Like you need to be a very, very professional, dialed in athlete. And that requires a lot of support. And a lot of people get support from their federation. And if your federation isn't supporting you in that way, either financially, with resources, whatever, then like you have to figure it out. And like athletes' careers are really short. Like you only have a few years where you can be on top. Like I had a really long career. Like I had like a 12-year career. That's not normal. It's usually 4 or 5 years where like you can hit it, you hit it. So it doesn't make sense to like two things don't make sense to me. One, why are these federations not understanding the situation and saying like, hey, we need to step our game up. Like our athletes are stepping our game up, we're gonna step our game up alongside them. And number two, why would you risk sitting out for 3 years to go to an, I understand, like that's a lot of money. That's a life-changing amount of money. But like 3 years, you could be irrelevant in 3 years. Like you could be, not an athlete in 3 years. Like it just seems like there's a lot at stake for both sides.
Did they release how much money the actual like bonuses were?
Yeah, 500K.
So it's a 500K signing bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think like, what do they make? What's their current situation right now? It's like you're not making. So it's like, okay, I have to sit out 3 years,
Yeah.
but I signed that, and I'm going to make more just by signing than I would ever make in that 3 years of of throwing, right, and or of competing. So it's like, yeah, I'm missing out on this, but it's worth it in the end if I sign this money. Like this is like you said, it's a life changing amount of money. Like have to think about my future, but also it's just a good like bargaining tactic where it's like, okay, like you don't want to treat us right. Like you don't want to do, and like you said, there's lots of like things in place. They don't have the budget of a lot of other countries, but it's like, okay, we're gonna do this, and it's now it's the ball's in your court as far as what you decide to do in terms of other stuff. So it's like obviously you want to represent your country, right? Like you don't like in an ideal world these throwers would like don't want to compete for Turkey. But it's like, look, when your back's up against the wall and you're feeling like there's no other alternatives, and especially you feel like you've been wronged.
Yeah.
Um, it's just it's like, yeah, you'll do what it takes. So I think it will be interesting to see how it plays out. Um, because also that then it's like it sets an interesting precedent if other countries can now do this. and people are just getting poached for money, um, and doing whatever, it's like, okay, it's the Wild West now. If we can just
Yeah.
start throwing money at athletes and having them come over there. So you're going to see like the world athletics is like, we can't allow this to happen
Oh, I'm
because
sure they're
who,
pissed.
yeah, who knows what's going to start happening if this one goes through.
Yeah. I gotta put my ear out there, see what the whisper.
Do you still have a lot of like, like Jamaican athletes friends who are still competing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you talk to them like when the Jamaican
yeah. It's
all
like,
the Jamaican
holy
news
shit,
drops?
they pick me next.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I'm still waiting for my call, waiting for Turkey to call.
You're like, I could still steeple, like, yeah, like,
Well,
yes.
I don't know if I can steeple. I don't know that these naviculars are gonna hold up for that, but I'll figure something out.
If you were to come back, what would your event be?
Oh God. Cheerleader? Like I don't know. If I could choose any event like in the world and have the skill set to do it and be really good at it, I would probably choose pole vault.
Pole vault.
Yeah, it looks sick.
That's that's a fun answer. I like that.
What would you do?
Obviously, the 100.
Oh,
I want to be a star.
that's true.
It's
Now
like,
you're more like a 100 runner these days.
I mean, look, now I looked the part. I couldn't make it. I'm because now all these fun. Speaking of like the 100, all these fun like events like the Noah versus Tyreek are popping up, and
Well,
you
that's
see
canceled.
you see. Oh yes, that's canceled. But it's like it's
They
still
took it
like
down from Grand Slam. They're like, you know what? We're gonna call this one off too.
it's like it's canceled. But it's like at any moment with one tweet, it could be back on. Like
That's true.
um, but you see like Kai Cenat like race Ashton Hall like the influencer.
Yeah.
I love this
He's
shit.
the banana peel guy.
He's the
Dare
guy
to
that he dunks it. He's the dunks his face in the bucket of ice stuff. Um, and so there's all those type of races popping up. Like the 100 is just so much more like pop culture, like friendly. I
That's
mean,
true.
we're in like everyone's attention span is shot. We
Oh yeah.
need we need it's like, okay, I'll give you 10 seconds and no more.
Yeah.
You better run sub 10 because as soon as I see it, like as soon as 10 seconds comes up, I'm changing the fucking channel. I'm done with this shit.
You lost me. You lost me. Yeah.
So those like the hundreds is just so much like more pop culture friend. Like whenever Noah Lyles like talks shit and says, like he was talking shit about the NBA, right? Or not even really talking shit. He was just saying that
Wasn't a
the
world championship. Wasn't that
yeah,
it?
that
It's
was it. Yeah.
not really the world championship. Yeah, because it's
Or it's
what
like you can't call yourself a world champion if you win the NBA championship.
right. That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
Now, do I like agree with that? Not really. But I love because it's like I could literally say absolutely anything I want and nobody gives it like, or it's like that's not a good example, but like the winner, like yacht, the distance events. People don't get people. They're not. They don't. It's not the same stardom as Noah Lyles winning the
No,
100. Or like the
no.
sprinters are the ones that get the attention. Um, like I love those like celebrity 100-meter runs. And you saw because what did Noah? So Noah versus Tyreek was off, and it's what because Noah's hurt.
That's my assumption. He said due to personal reasons. Tyreek ran over the weekend, and I think he
Fast.
ran fast.
You're in 10-1.
10-1, maybe?
It's like you can't really like. First off, I was actually really impressed. Like
10-1,
10
5.
10 like 10-1 for being like, and obviously he's got a background in track and was like he's a sub 10 guy, right? He ran sub 10. I'm pretty sure he ran sub 10 like in high school.
Here's what's fun. Tyreek Hill has a World Athletics profile.
Of course, yeah. Of course
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah, no, let's see here. Let's look at his personal bests. He's run 20.14 for the 200. Yeah, 998 in the 100 in
So it's
2013.
like, so he's obviously like, he's, unbelievably talented, but to run 10-1, and it's not like he's not doing specific track, like focusing on that. Like that's just from, football training. And obviously like you're doing a lot of sprinting and stuff, but it's like, if you're Noah, you're like, I can't really, obviously I'm not like, I can't come into that at,
You
like
can't go
banged
get
up.
smoked. Yeah, you're not gonna like you talk enough that like you have to show up and you have to show up ready. Like you are defending the sport of track and field at this point. Like you cannot lose this race or else we are toast. Like the spirit of track and field is riding on Noah's back right now. And if Noah loses to Tyreek Hill, we are so cooked.
If Noah lose to Tyreek Hill, like they cancel, like you genuinely like cancel the world championships.
Cancel it. Just cancel it. Like
It's
it's over.
like as soon like live shot of Noah losing to Tyreek and Seb Coe's just punching holes in his wall.
Yeah.
Like it's genuinely like there couldn't be a worse case scenario.
That
Um,
that is worst case scenario.
but it's I think it's so like the was there any money on the was there money on the line? I assume there must be money on the line.
No idea.
I would assume. I mean, the
I feel like in this case, bragging rights are more than money.
but I mean, tell that to a Jamaican thrower. This is you for the Jamaican Federation being like, look, guys, come on, don't you like bragging rights?
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, so it's the bragging right. Like Noah Lyles didn't do Grand Slam because he thought that he wasn't getting paid. They were like, they're not paying me what I'm worth. And I don't know what numbers they were coming at him with. And I'm sure they were pretty friggin' good. Um, so he's not racing Tyreek Hill for free.
yeah. I wonder.
Yeah. I wonder how hurt, like, it's not a good sign that he is
We haven't
like
seen it all.
this banged up, this close. I mean, so he doesn't need to race USA's. And luckily Worlds is
Right.
so late in the year that he's got time, but it's like how much time, like, I don't know, I don't know the status of his injury and how serious it's been, how much training he's missed, but it's like, fuck, like the way Kenny looks, like you kind of got to get healthy stat.
Yeah. It is. I mean, we talked about this last week. Like, track is a what have you done for me lately sport. And right now, like, he hasn't done much. And you kind of hate to see it, but he like has become so outspoken that he's opened himself up for, you know, people to talk, people to talk. Like he's spoken a lot and it I think makes other athletes like want to beat him more. It's
Yeah.
hard.
It's funny because track, it, you don't really get a lot of outspoken athletes. Like people don't really talk a lot of shit in track, and then somebody like Noah comes along and talks a lot of shit, and people are like, oh, the fans like tend to like think he's arrogant and dislike it, and it's like it's this is you need this, right? Like
Right.
you need, and it's part of why it's like you need more personality in track and field. You need like the distance runners being more outspoken. You need everybody being more outspoken. You saw like the whole reason that the 1500 was one of the most exciting events last year between Josh Kerr and Jakob was because they were outspoken. And like you need these. if you want to sell tickets and you want to get people in the crowd, you need to give them fun storylines. And it's like Noah knows how to deliver a fun storyline. Like, Josh Kerr is figuring it out, like how to deliver good storylines. You can't just be quiet and say, good luck to all the competitors. You need to sell it a bit. And it's like, who gives a shit about people? Who
Storyline.
cares about people saying, "Oh, he's arrogant" in the comment section of an Instagram? It's like, who gives a shit? It's like, what you're doing. The people who are actually involved in the sport and the race directors are loving it. It's like the more these athletes talk and the more shit they stir up, it's better for everybody. And it's like people want to see, even if they don't like you, they're tuning in. They want to see you lose more than they want to see you win, but they are going to watch you, right? And it's like, and at the end of the day, it's more money in your pocket. But you have to also, if you're like race directors, you have to like somehow incentivize, like if it's like a UFC or boxing, right? You get a cut of the pay-per-view, right? It's like, okay, you want me to sell the fight and I'm going to really sell this fight. I'm going to get a cut of that. And it's like the same. If you want to have, it's like we love Noah talking a lot of shit. It's gonna get people in the stands, but it's like, okay, like, is he gonna get a cut? Right. He's not getting. He's not. I'm sure he's not getting a cut of stadium tickets or like stuff like that. But if you want these athletes to get out of their comfort zone, right? It's like you want Grant Fisher to start talking a little bit of shit about Jakob, right? It's like he's like, why? What's in it? What's in it incentive wise for me? Like I'm not getting money out of it, and it's like I'm kind of going out of my way, or I'm kind of doing something that's uncomfortable to me when I'm not getting paid when it's not getting paid for it. And then if I do like lose, I look like an absolute jackass.
And
So
everyone
it's
hates.
like, yeah. So and now everyone's mad at me. So why would I do it? But they do have to have some incentive to push these storylines because the athletes are the ones at the end of the day who are going to need to push the storylines. So like that's why no is so good for the sport.
I love that. That's such a great take. It could also like form into like part of your appearance fee
Yeah.
is like baked into how much like you hype the meet. Like that could be some sort of metric that they look into is like, all right, how many tickets has Noah sold? Like that could be like some new type of compensation that, yeah, that would make a huge difference. It'd make a huge difference.
It'd be fun. Yeah, no, it's obviously there's a lot to it, but you do need like fun storylines, and it's just tough. It's tough to do that if everybody's just like very quiet and overly humble
Nice.
and nice, and they're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything bad about my competitors, and it's like you can't. It does also have to be authentic because it's like when somebody's not being true to themselves, it comes off. It's very clear, and it doesn't work. And that's why like it's that's why it works with Noah and like the Kerr and Ingebrigtsen thing was very organic and there's some genuine like a little bit of bad blood.
Mhm.
Even like I'm not really sure. It seems like they're all right to like racing against each other, and obviously there's a mutual respect there, but like they're under each other's skin, and but it works. It's like they're not faking anything. So yeah, they need to figure out some way to build to hype these races up a bit more.
If you were going to talk shit, what would you say?
Um, like if I'm just talking shit in general, like build me a
You have a
scenario.
nemesis. Okay, so you're ready. You're getting ready for world championships. Like you're trying to medal. You have a nemesis. You can choose who your nemesis is. Do you want to just throw a name out there, or do you want to invent him?
Well, I'll say this. I'm not gonna. I'm just.
Well,
Uh,
let's go back to Oliver Twist. What was his name?
um, let's leave poor Zach May out of this. We've
Trash him enough. But yeah, like what would you say? Like you're going into world championships. you are like gonna medal, you've been racing this guy all year. Like, what would your shit talking? Like, I don't know. I never played like sports with the ball growing up, so like I don't know how to shit talk. Like, I want to know like what would you say?
Well, it's if I the way that like the good shit talkers are, you're not necessarily talking shit to one person. I'm like just going to say that I'm untouchable. I'm far better than everybody else. Nobody else deserves to really be on the start line with me. And I'm going to beat the fucking shit out of them. Point blank, period. Right? So, and then I say that day in and day out. And then I'm trolling them on Instagram. And now I'm making memes about them. And I am I've I've got a I've obviously got a Russian bot farm that is making Instagram accounts, and they're DMing all my competitors, and they're talking shit, and they're in their comment section. They're saying that Eric's the best. He's so handsome, he's so sexy, he's untouchable. And I've got that's in everybody's comment section. And then I'm at the press conferences. I'm out of control. I'm yelling. I'm being so obnoxious. And eventually everybody is going to hate me and talk a lot of shit about me. And I'm now in their heads. And then I get fucking my shit pushed in at world championships. And but but it doesn't matter. I'm not deterred. I double down and I say and I get another Russian bot farm, and they are like, it was a fluke race. He's still the best. He's actually, I think, even sexier. And so that is how I would talk shit.
Okay. That that's very complete. What a picture.
Yeah. Something you'd probably do something similar.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, no, I assume like because like Jakob's got a lot of fans, a lot of support in the comment section. He's obviously got trolls. He's obviously got some sort of Instagram thing going on. He's done the same thing I've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that would be how I would start talking shit.
I love it. I think it's foolproof.
It's absolutely foolproof.
I'd pay to see that. I'm into it.
Speak, speaking of Jakob, he's back healthy. He just had a big you see his dad had the big court case with his dad's has settled.
Yeah,
Um
crazy.
it's crazy to go through all of that in the like publicly with your family and still be having to compete and doing
I
all
mean,
the stuff.
no wonder he got injured, right? Like that's so much stress on the body. Like we talk about all of the things that go into performance, and so much of it is like just trying to keep things at homeostasis. And if you have things going on in your life, like the body will like it will catch up with you, right?
The
Like
body keeps the score.
body keeps the score. Exactly. Like how could you be going through this and have nothing, have no friction? Like this is it's really challenging to go through a, a court case with your father and your family for abuse claims, like your father who coached you from childhood. Like that has got to be so debilitating in a way of like how do you, yeah, like you can't just like put that on a shelf and compartmentalize that. Like that's a huge thing in your life.
And his dad, Gert, basically he was really nothing happened, right? Slap on the wrist,
Father arrest
$1,000
$1,000
fine.
fine to pay the sister. He was convicted of assault to the younger sister, and yeah, slap on the wrist. And then not found guilty of abuse to Jakob and the brothers, Eric and Philip.
Yeah, I mean, like absolutely like a crazy case. Feel so like obviously feel horrible for the family like to go through it in the public eye. I mean, to go through it in the first place, but then also have to deal with like going through it in the public, and then for the dad to be let off. I mean, it's absolutely really tough.
Brutal.
And was the whole family on, or was it Jakob, Philip, and Henrik were on? Like,
Has
what was
anything.
was everybody on their side, and then it was just Gert, or was it like split
I
up? Do
mean,
you
I
know?
know that the kids were united. The kids were all united.
All of them were, all the kids were united.
I don't know about, I know that all of the runner kids were united. I'm not sure, there's a lot of siblings. I'm not sure how it shook out, but like I know all of the runner siblings were a united front.
Yeah. No, it's he was just an absolute fucking piece of shit to the runners. And then the other guys, he was like, "You're I'll treat you a lot differently."
That would be so sad.
Really sad. No, yeah. And I mean, they they're like full on celebrities in Norway. They've got the show. Um, Also, speaking of singers, they've got the brothers have like a hit record,
The brothers have a bop, certified bop.
certified bop. Like, I'm pretty sure now in, I don't know if after Jakob won the 5K in Paris, were they playing, because they kind of made like a Norwegian Olympic anthem, right? They were like recounting all of like Norway's famous Olympians. And I'm like, because if he, I don't know
We can
if
do
they
revisionist history. We can just say, like, oh yeah, and they played it in the Paris Stadium after.
they did,
That's just
yeah, like who gives a shit? They did play it.
yeah,
Um, to win the 5K, and then they're playing your song over the speakers in the stadium. Absolute
nothing better.
insanity moment.
Do you think that you are a European athlete that becomes very famous? You hit a threshold of fame, and they make you do a single. Like Mondo had one too recently. Like, is this just
Oh
like a
yes,
thing?
Mondo did.
Yeah.
What was the, wasn't the name of his like Bop,
His song was called Bop. Yeah.
called Bop, right?
Yeah. It was like a
It,
little Bieber-esque.
yeah, yeah. It was like a different vibe, but like still, um, still it was still like little catchy pop.
Yeah.
Um, if yeah, if you're a European athlete, they're like, look, you know what comes next.
Take
Get your ass in the
your ass to the
studio.
studio.
That's all you want.
That's all. Personally, that's all I want. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, just give
genuinely
me
all you
fun,
want.
baby. Like that's all I need.
That's all you want. And then they're like, you start singing, they're like, what the fuck?
What
They're
is wrong
like,
with you?
I thought you said you were in the choir. You're like, I'm a harmony girl.
Yeah.
Um, oh, okay. So before I think we've about covered it with all the track stuff. Before we go, we have to talk Love Island.
Yes. Yes, you do. Are you caught up?
So no, I'm not caught up. There's like an insane amount of work to get caught up. And you were like, oh, just watch the first and then jump to the last couple. I can't do that because now I watched the first and I'm hooked, baby.
Yes. It's so good, right?
It's so funny. It's like this is like a show that would do well on MTV in the early 2000s,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Like this is like it would come on like right after Room Raiders
Oh, love.
and
Yeah.
Next. Remember the show
Mhm.
Next,
Oh, yeah.
where they would line girls up in a van, and then you get out of the van, and the guy just screams from 50 feet away, "Next!"
That's my absolute nightmare. Like if I come out of a van and you next to me, I'm moving to Timbuktu and you'll never see me again.
Can you like? It's like the guy. This is what I'm watching when I'm like 12 years old.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta next her ass.
Like no
And
wonder
then
we millennials are just like bad. Like we're just not
yeah,
that nice.
that's what I was ingesting all. all day. And it's like, and
Someone's
then
room,
she get
they're like, they've got like the black light. I'm like, what a disgusting pig. They're horrible.
you literally the contestant the people in that show got fake kidnapped, chucked into a van, and then had someone literally taking a black light to their room.
Wasn't one like date your mom or something?
Yes, it was no, it was like I think it was called it's called Dating Your Daughter, where the guy goes on a date with the girl's mom, and the
I
mom
or something.
because the like the end at the end of the show it was like I want to date your daughter, and all the daughters are like lined are like in a limousine. It
There was
was
a lot of staging of people, of stakeholders in various like vehicles.
it's like they knew how to do it. Like a good reveal hits every single time. But honestly, Love Island is a show that would fits in with that. It's like because I'm watching, I go, how the fuck is this even legal?
Yeah. I know.
I'm like,
I know.
they're for it's like in episode one, they've got everyone blindfolded, and then a guy just comes around and makes out with every single person. And then a girl that comes and does the exact same thing with everyone. And then they're like, okay, also, you have to sleep in everybody is sleeping in the exact same room, and you have to share a bed right off the jump. And you're like, look, I love this shit. But you're like, this is wild, man.
It's brilliant. It's so wild. Also, like something I think about a lot, is the sleeping situation because there's no winding down. There's no like nice cup of tea. You just like go lay down and you shut your eyes and you go to bed when the lights turn off. And then there's no like gentle wake up. It's like all the lights go on in the room and now you're just awake. Like that is assault. Like that is just a horrible situation. No wonder people are losing their minds. Like that would push me to the edge. Just like 2 nights of that, I would be doing crazy stuff. I would be talking crazy.
Is there like the sleeping setup? Is there like some sort of white noise going on? Because
That's the thing. They're doing stuff in there that's it's like how do you how do you sleep in
it's like I'm trying to get some rest, and I got Jeremiah absolutely smashing Huda
that
one bed over from me, and now I'm like looking at my girl who I've known for one day in the bed next to me. I'm like, get a load of these two, huh? But no, it's an absolute wild show. I love it. It's also really funny because you've got Jeremiah and Huda, who are actually just unbelievably cute and in love.
yes, and everyone hates it.
Everyone hates it.
Yeah.
Um, and because I think I think I'm 4 episodes in.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. You need to hurry up
And
because here's why you need to hurry up. Megan the Stallion was on this weekend. She hosted a twerking competition. Okay? And this was like the
let me guess who did the best. So we got Huda, Shelly, and
oh,
actually I and that's about I mean none of them really have let's be okay for it to really succeed in a twerking you got to
you have
have a big ass. I don't who's got the like
I mean, that's Eric, that's debatable. That's debatable. It's
no
not
that's
about the
true.
size, it's about like the texture, like the muscle to fat ratio, the muscle control, how you're able to like let the muscles relax. Like there's so much more than size that goes into this, okay?
For
And
sure. Oh, for sure.
yeah.
But come on, but like you can be really skinny and like you're like, oh look, you're doing a good job twerking, but you don't have the mass back there to really have the visual effect.
No, you need to watch the episode.
I will. And so
You will
I
you're
bet Shelly did well.
She did well. She wasn't the best.
Because I'm blanking. Like Huda looks like she
Huda, there are some allegations that Huda I don't think it can beat after the twerking competition.
that she can't be
That's her
beat.
occupation.
Oh wow, interesting.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
this twerking competition was
Very,
absolutely very revealing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, some people have skills that like
Oh,
Huda
you're
has.
saying someone's a stripper. You're saying Huda's a stripper?
I didn't say it.
You just said it.
I did not. I played
Wow.
the fifth. I played the fifth. I'm just saying that there were allegations,
Do you
and
agree? Do you agree with the allegations?
I played the fifth. I played the fifth. I think you need to watch the episode, and I think that you need to think about it.
I bet Jeremiah is like actually pretty pissed off that she's that good of a twerker. He's like so protective. Um, and it's such a it's
It's such a
hilarious.
train wreck. It's so good. Like I do watch reality TV, but I have in like historically I've had standards of what I will and won't watch. This is it's so outlandish and outrageous, and on paper I should hate it. I love it. I can't get enough. I think about it every day. I talk about it at work with my coworkers. Like we can't stop talking about it. Like we
So
all
who's
have
your favorite?
theories. Who is my favorite? Shelly's my favorite girl. Ace is probably my favorite guy.
Now, like you first off, Ace, everyone loves Ace. He really stirs the pot.
Mhm.
He kind of causes a lot of drama.
Mhm.
Um, he also he wants to crack at Huda. The first couple episodes, he's like pissed. He's like, Jeremiah just came in and like swiped up Huda. I think I'd like to get to know her a bit better. He's pretty pissed about that. I like it. You need Ace. You
You
need
need
an
it.
Ace. Um, and then, but it's like the other characters so far, like maybe their personalities will come out a bit more. But it's like you've got like the two regular ass white guys like Nick. I think Nick is one of them.
Mhm.
Um, like take him or leave him. I don't care about him.
Austin, so like maybe the dumbest human being I've ever seen on television.
Is he the taller one with the high body count?
Yeah, 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 yeah. With the bleach
Uh,
blonde.
Also, I was like, what is they're just like that episode where they're like, oh, how many times have you cheated? And they're like revealing it in a suitcase. I'm like, you're like, you can just lie. You can just fucking lie, bro. You know that, right? And they're like, oh, how many people have you had sex with in one day? What's the most? And so well, it's like people just are lying. You can say whatever the hell you want. Because I'm like, what's the
It's unhinged. It's
it's
unhinged.
absolutely unhinged.
It's unhinged. Yeah.
I can't wait to see so they really come out with an episode every single day.
Every day but Wednesday. And then Sundays is it like a recap? I don't watch the recap on Sundays.
With how it's going right now, it's like in 6 episodes, I won't be surprised if they're like, you guys will need to have sex on camera, lights on. They're gonna like actually do like a who can last longer competition. Like you're like, and we're just watching it, bro. You got that fucking stupid ass like narrator in the back, like cracking jokes.
The narrator
Uh,
is one of my favorite parts. He's really funny. It is like in some ways, I think, how is it possible that this is on television?
oh yeah, no, it's really genuinely like I'm shocked they're getting away with all this stuff. Did this originate in Europe?
Yes.
Okay, now this makes a lot of sense.
Love Island UK is great. Love Island Australia, great.
the UK has some absolutely insane shows. Have you heard about the show where they literally just line up naked people?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So get this. So World Championships 2017 in London. What is the show called? What's the show called?
Honestly, I've no. I remember I was rooming where like we were. Charlie Grice joined the group and he was like telling us how the show, and I'm like, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like,
Yeah.
obviously this is, and we started watching it. I'm like, are you joke? I'm like, I cannot believe what I'm watching right now.
Unbelievable. So on the BBC, they would show the track meet, World Championships, right? Like you're watching this track meet. The moment competition ends, the next program begins. This program is a dating show where there is like a contestant, and then there's three people behind like a yeah, like behind like a closed capsule, and they start by showing the feet. And then this somebody gets eliminated, like, oh, I don't like the look of her ankles. Nah, gone. That comes up a little bit more. You're looking, you basically see their entire naked body. And this is on BBC. Like imagine, and you're watching the NFL game on Fox or whatever. Game ends abruptly. Now we're seeing someone's full frontal nudity on regular television. This isn't even HBO. This isn't Peacock. You don't have to like, go to an app for this. Literally, somebody's Johnson is on TV. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then, of course, every day after the track meet ended, I'm like, here we go, it's on again. Like I like completely unhinged that is like what that's like the next it's 8 o'clock at night and we're watching a dating show where we're eliminating people based on their naked bodies.
They're like, also imagine the people who go on that show, because what's also crazy is that it's not flattering. It's not great on both sides. It's good because you're watching it and you're like, why? It's like, okay, if I've got a 1 inch penis, I probably don't want to go on a dating show where they show my 1 inch penis to it's on national television. And it's like, oh, did these guys not know it's genuinely, it'd be like, okay, I'll do literally anything, but the one thing I don't want to do is just show my penis on television. They're like, it's genuinely, and I'm being serious, it's the only thing you're going to do. And then somebody judges you if they want to know you more based off your penis. It's fucking absolutely insane. And then it was the same with women. Like, you're like, it is just regular ass people on these shows. And you're like, this is, I was absolutely, the first time I saw him just crying, laughing.
It's, I like can't even compose myself. It's so crazy because it is like Love Island is what's so different about these two programs is that Love Island is like these people are made for this, right? Like they've got like the look, right? Like the fake everything and the whatever. Like part of the whole premise is that they're like, quote unquote hot based on whatever crazy standards we're imposing on them. Whatever the dating show, I wish I remember the name of the show in the UK. It's like, no, it's just like random people from the cubicle next to you. Like it's just regular folks on this show. And that is completely mind blowing. It's completely mind blowing.
Also, like, everyone was so polite and respectful on the show. Like, it's like, if that was America, it would be, it's like, I mean, let's like the people on Next, right? It's like in the naked show, they're like, oh, like that's cute, like, oh, like, I s- they're like, I'm sure they're great. Like, I think I'll go with this body. But like, genuinely, like, as polite as you could be, while also
Yeah.
genuinely being like, I see just this person's privates and like cut like brown bag this lady's head. Um, I guess I'll just take the body I want the most. Like as polite as you can be while you're doing that, they were. In
Yeah.
America, it would be like as soon as you see like the person like an unflattering person, they'd be like, kill them, disgusting. I'm going to be sick to my stomach, and I promise you, if you don't cover this tiny ass penis up or like these saggy tits up, I'm going to fucking lose it. So that's why I was like, the Brits do it differently, and I was like, this Love Island show, I'm like, this has Europe or like written. This is so European.
Mhm. Oh my God.
But I'm
Yeah.
excited to I'm excited to keep going. Well, after this, I'll get another episode in me. It is
Right.
tough. Like after I can't do like I can't. It's not like a show that I can binge.
Because if you binge it, you can feel your IQ falling. Like you
Yes.
really can't consume more than 2 hours of this in a day.
No. Oh God. Like it's like as soon as like you get through an episode and you're like, I need to reset a bit. I might need let me go for a walk. Let me
Let me
get
go
some
for a
quiet.
walk. Let
Let
me
me go for
like
a walk. Get some
pray.
yeah. Let me get some quiet time in me. Um. Let me watch that naked show. Get reset before I jump right back into another episode of this shit. But yeah, I'm so what episode are they on right now? Like
Seven.
15, 17?
It's like in the teens. Yeah.
And what will it go till? What will it go till?
It's 5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay. So it'll have like, 30 to 35 episodes, something like that. What were did you watch all the other seasons?
No, I've watched maybe 4 seasons in total. Um, yeah, I've watched in Australia, a UK. I watched in Australia 2 UK seasons and one US season.
What was the best, like what are there any standout seasons?
UK, well, I think everybody loves UK the most.
UK, the UK one, okay.
Mhm.
Um, wait, it's Love Island UK.
Love Island UK.
I think I start because you texted me to watch it. And I think I started the UK one, and the way that they talk, because it's not like just like they're using like it's not just like that. The accents are thick, but like their slang, and also it's a specific type of person that goes on these shows, and
Right. Right.
it's a very specific type of person that does it. And the UK type of person that does it, like the UK fuck boys. And what's the girl version of a fuck boy? A
Uh,
thought?
I thought, yeah, thought probably.
Like UK thoughts are hysterical.
Hmm. Hmm.
S- But it's like I don't want to say it's dumber, but there's something about it that is, I'll say it's like kind of dumber.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Yeah. Like I can't really slice it any other way. It is dumber. And I think that's why I like it.
We're signing off on such a we're like UK fuckboys and thoughts are dumber than American fuckboys and thoughts.
Well, I also think part of it is that I feel like they're always younger.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like these people are going on the show and it's like in Bachelor, Bachelorette when they're like, I've tried so hard to find love and this is like my last option. And they're like, and I'm 23. And you're like, what the fuck is wrong? What? They're
Yeah, what
like,
are you talking
if this doesn't work out, I'll just be, put out in the farm and shot in the head. And they're like, and I'm 22 years old. You're like, you could
like,
barely
girlfriend,
gotten.
your whole life is ahead of you. You don't like, no, don't do it.
So it's a very specific type of people that goes on these shows. Um, but yeah,
It's a
it's a
train wreck
breath
that I
of fresh
can't stop
air as
watching.
far
I
as
can't
television
not.
goes.
Yeah, like Look, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world right now, and sometimes you just
Oh
gotta
yeah, we're in another war.
sometimes just gotta take an hour and watch Love Island, you know? Just take the edge off just for one
It's like you're
second.
you're 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 watching TV. You're flipping through TV, and you're like, "Oh, great, we're in another war." And then you're like, and now let me put on some Love Island and watch
Yeah,
people
let me just
almost have
placate
sex on
myself.
camera.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes. Instead, I'll watch an island of Love Island, or watch an episode of Love Island.
Like a cardiologist would say, I don't know what's actually worse for you.
Yeah. Yeah, all psychiatrists in America have like a Surgeon General's warning against Love Island, but here we are.
They're like one Marlboro Red is not worse for you than 17 hours of Love Island. He's like, and I'd bet the fucking house on that.
Well, I
Ah,
think we covered it.
what's up?
I think we covered it.
I think we covered it. I think that was a fantastic episode.
We're off the rails.
We're off the rails. Oh, before we go, we should so
Oh,
we've got this is an exciting thing. We've opened a voicemail, right? So we want to start answering some fan questions, whatever topics you guys want us to talk about. If you've got a question that you think we should talk about, or just like if you want advice, if you want just anything you guys want to talk about, doesn't need to be track related. Could be about anything. You call up, we'll answer a few questions a week.
this will be
And
our recurring segment. Like we've talked about recurring segments. Oh, are we gonna have guests? What are we gonna do? We don't we can't really commit to much, but we can commit to answering some listener questions.
we'd love to. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea. So what's the numbers? 856 279 0080. Call
Eight five
in
two seven
856. Yes, one more time. 856 279 0080. Call in, talk, ask some questions. Um, we'll give you a shout out on here, and yeah, we'll see how many questions we get to. I'm sure some questions will really ramble, get off the rails, but and so we might not get to as many each week. But yeah, we'll pick the good ones, and we'll go from there.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. Um, well, look, I love you, and I'll see you next week.
Love you. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.